Hi again, guys. Hey, so in the great spirit of trying to get everything back to the way that it was in my 1908 replay, I have realized that there is something that I've neglected to do that's pretty important. That thing is I need to get all of the rosters back to opening day and then sort of walk the players through all of the transactions. There's not a whole ton of transactions, but unfortunately going back to opening day rosters is kind of a pain in the neck. I'll show you how I do it though, but it interestingly enough does involve using Diamond Mine Baseball. So for my 1908 transactions, instead of using a file that I've created, I'm just using the work that other people have done. I'll show this to you here. We'll just take a look here at the screen. Of course, this is right behind me. I'm using Windows, which is why the text is not going to necessarily be so clear. We'll have this zoom in a little bit though. Here, 150. That should make it a little bit readable. This is over on the Fans of Diamond Mine Baseball forum under Gamer Goodies and Homebrew Seasons. This is the old Homebrew Season repository. And the file that I've downloaded here is under 1908 Major Leagues, which was created originally in March 2007, which we just downloaded. Now, what we're going to learn how to do today is we're going to learn how to take that file and turn it here into a database. So what we need to do is we need to create an empty database at first and then restore to load up the database backup file that we just downloaded from this repository, right? Not too hard, right? So we go to File, Create New Empty Database. We want to call this 1908. Now it's the active database. Now we exit. We don't have to technically exit. We'll go ahead and minimize that. We're going to exit because I feel like exiting. We'll go over here to our downloads. There's the downloads, and we will extract this in its own folder. There we go, and here's the folder, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what 1908 dope is. There's a lot of 1908 information. This is a long time ago. I mean, this is almost 20 years ago that this was created. You'll see, if you can see it, is really small, that the date modified of these files is 2023, which likely means that it's actually a version 12 database. I don't know if all of this has been updated or not. I assume so. I have to open up another window because it's Windows, no comment. And then I go over to DMB 12, and then we'll go to 1908, and see there's some of these files there already. What we want to do is we want to take all of these files and we just want to copy them on over on top of everything. Replace the files in the destination directory. Then we will delete the old directory, close out of this, and now we will go over to Diamond Mine Baseball 12, Baseball, and see what happens. There are all the teams. Yes, they're there. There are all the players. They're all there. How about that? It didn't even have to convert anything. And so now we can go over to transactions, look at all the real life transactions, and voila, here is the list of transactions. Now, I already went through all of these and I have them in a spreadsheet, right? So I don't have to go through all of this again. But what I do want to do is I want to look over at the opening day rosters, which are set up right now. So we'll look at, first of all, the Boston Doves. We'll make sure that everything is in alphabetical order. There it is. And now we can go one by one and we can say, oh, okay, so what's this guy? Beals Becker, he's green, which means he's on the farm, and so on and so forth. And then we can go ahead and we can put this into Diamond Mine Baseball, or into NPIII itself. So anyway, that's the way that I use both games to do this. It's pretty simple. Again, remember, if you're going to take one of these old homebrew databases and you're going to put it into your game, you want to create a new empty database, put in whatever to identify it, and then you want to take the files, copy it over to the directory you just created, and load Diamond Mine again, and voila, it works. The reason why we shut the game down is because we didn't want the game to be loading the files at the same time we're copying them. That can create all sorts of problems. It's easier to just turn the game off. It doesn't take that long. It's not that hard. And that's basically all you do. Now, if this had been a seasoned database for version 11 of Diamond Mine, there is an automatic tool within the game that will convert it to the latest version of the game. My dog was excited about that. There's a lot of things I can say about this like versioning system in Diamond Mine Baseball. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. That's what the truth is. Like, you look at this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the wrong version. It's going to break the game or whatever. It's not going to do anything. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just relax. And then we'll go through this sort of the next step, I think, in the next video, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later. I'll talk with you tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.